And here are 3 characters from An American Tail. And she is new. Five-O sister Tanya. Well, his older sister Tanya. And I got her on January 4th. And Alf characters. I think that's a relative of Alf's, maybe. But I don't know anything about the guy in the picture. And I've never seen much of Alf on this TV show. But I do know that he was on this special where he and Winnie the Pooh and Garfield and the Smurfs and Muppet Babies and other kind of cartoon characters came together for this special about... well, let's move on. This is Pennywise. I won't go into much detail on that. And here are Marty McFly and Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Famous movie and beloved. And this is Freddy Krueger. Ooh, Freddy Krueger. And here's Gizmo and Stripe from Gremlins. And I never seen Gremlins 2. Maybe I will someday. But I know there's a Mogwai with a mohawk, the same as Stripe, so I think that's a version of Stripe reincarnated, or at least that's what I read on the internet. And we have characters from Ghostbusters. Well, these characters are from the new movies. You know, Ghostbusters Afterlife and Frozen Empire. And we can't forget the original group of Ghostbusters with the ghost they fight, including that marshmallow dude, which is Gozer, who transformed into the Marshmallow Man. And here we have Transformers, robots in disguise, where the Autobots battled the Decepticons. I need to get my words straight. Yeah, these Transformers here are the Decepticons, and a lot of these are the versions from the movie. And after Megatron, starting with Evac, are the Autobots. Yeah, it continues up here. I couldn't get them all into one row because of how I have these toys arranged. Or I could, it's just... let's move on. This here is a moose from the Get Along Gang. And his name is... Wait, hang on. Let's see, Montgomery Moose. Yeah, his name is Montgomery Moose from the Get Along Gang. And here we have characters from He-Man. Oh, and this is She-Ra, who's related to He-Man. I think they're siblings, from what I read. And next to He-Man are 3 characters from E.T., one of my favorite Universal movies, next to American Tail, and the Illumination movies. Okay, I have a lot of favorite Universal movies. And we have Care Bears and Care Bear Cousins, and Gig from that Journey to Joke-A-Lot movie. Yeah, I explained my Care Bear collection before, but I'll mention it again for those of you who are new to my videos. These are my second set of Care Bears toys. And the first set of Care Bears toys I had to, unfortunately, get rid of because of reasons. But the good news is that I have a new collection. And it's weird that I'm a 28-year-old guy and I know all of their, well, a lot of their names. Yeah, so you can see all of the Care Bears toys at the same time. But in case you want an individual look at them, oh, and before Bedtime Bear, we have characters from Pee-wee's Playhouse. R.I.P. Paul Reubens. Oh, And next to Pee Wee Herman is Jason. I don't think I've ever seen his movie, but it looks pretty scary. Ooh. Yep, these are all the toys who debuted in the 80s, or their movies and TV shows debuted in the 80s. And today is January 8th still. So now that we've seen the 80s toys, we shall move on to the 70s. And these characters here made their debut in the 70s. Like Captain Caveman. No, I'm saying it wrong. Captain Caveman! Did I say that right? I'm assuming I did. And these are characters from Strawberry Shortcake, Ginger Snap, Almond Tea or Tea Blossom, whichever, Orange Blossom, and Strawberry Shortcake herself. Okay, she may look different, but she's still Strawberry Shortcake. And there's Dynamite and the Blue Falcon. Okay, that's not the original Blue Falcon. That's his son, Brian, who appeared in that Scoob movie, in that Scooby-Doo movie from 2020. And here are Garfield and Odie from, of course, Garfield, which started out as a comic strip in the 70s. And here's Hello Kitty. Everyone say, Hello Kitty. Meow. And I have these two characters from Schoolhouse Rock. Here's Rocky and the conductor of Conjunction Junction, what's your function? And right now I'm missing that Bill, you know, from that song, I'm just a Bill. That's the only time where I want a Bill. But I'm bumped. And this is Little Miss Chatterbox from the Mr. Men's Show. And the Mr. Men's Show started in the 70s. Yeah, that's all the toys I have in the 70s group. Now let's move on to the 60s. These characters made their debut in the 60s. Like this guy, Lester. He's Willie Tyler's puppet. And I think he made his debut in the 60s from what I read on the internet. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in this group. So, let's move on to the Mystery Gang. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, and Velma. Their show debuted in 1969. And here's the Very Hungry Caterpillar. You might know about this famous book. And here's Dick Dastardly and his dog Muttley. They made their debut in Speed Racer. No, wait. Not Speed Racer. It's another racing show. Wacky Races, that's it. They made their debut in Wacky Races. And here's a character from another book called Corduroy. Do y'all remember Corduroy the bear? And these two are Ape and Shep. They're from George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. I mean, rabbit, or, you know what I mean. Here are the characters from that Frosty the Snowman Christmas special. And, fitting in with the Christmas theme, are the characters from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas special. Yeah, it kinda got bigger last time I filmed them. Just a little bit. You hear me? Just a little bit. And these four are characters from Where the Wild Things Are. I don't think a lot of people remember it, but people like me do. And this is Lowly the Worm from The Busy World of Richard Scarry. I need to pronunciate my words better. Say my words properly. Isn't that right, Lola? And, of course, you know them, the Berenstain Bears. I wonder how you spell Berenstain. Is it with A-I or E-I? Never mind. And this is Astro from the Jetsons. Right now, he's the only character from the Jetsons that I have. And the Flintstones characters. They're the modern Stone Age family. And do you know where they're from? Come on, anybody tell me? Anyone? Oh wait, that's not how that works. Well, they're from the town of Holly Rock? It's supposed to be Bedrock. I think that's a typo. Just kidding. Okay, these are the characters who made their debut in the 60s. And let's move on to the 50s. Yeah, these are characters who made their start in the 50s. Let's begin with Sherman and Natasha. Those two are from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. Now, this version of Sherman is from the Mr. Peabody and Sherman movie, but still, those two characters got their start in the Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends show. And here we have the Smurfs characters. Now, these versions are the versions from the live-action movie. You know, the movies that Sony Pictures Animation made. There are lots of Smurfs. Now, usually there's 99 Smurfs and 1 Smurfette, but, well, this is less than 100, that's all I can say. And next we have Paddington Bear. Now, he got his start in the 50s. I don't remember when in the 50s, though, but I do know it's in the 50s. I can't wait for the third movie to come out. And here we have Alvin and the Chipmunks, and the Chipettes. Or is it Brittany and the Chipettes? But these are their versions from the live-action movies, which is why Alvin doesn't have his regular cap on. And next we have characters from different Henson stuff. You know, Jim Henson, Henson Company. And these three are from this Henson thing called Puppet Up. And these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I guess that fiery toy makes 5. These 5 are from a Henson movie called Labyrinth. That's one of my favorite Henson movies. And here we have our characters from Down in Fraggle Rock. Yeah, I thought Gores are supposed to be bigger than Fraggles. But at least that Doozer is the accurate size. And you know, there's going to be a Fraggle Rock live show coming. I can't wait to see it. Oh yeah, I'm going to see the show in January. Wait, this is January. So near the end of January, honestly. I'm so excited for that. And these are characters from, well, she made her debut in the Dark Crystal movie, but the rest made their debut in that Dark Crystal Netflix series, Age of Resistance. Why didn't they continue this? Why can't there be a second season of that? That show was so good. Yeah, and that's all the Henson characters. Well, minus the Muppets and Sesame Street and Bear in the Big Blue House and Dinosaur Train and other Henson stuff that aren't here. Well, oh, fun fact. This year, the Henson Company is celebrating 70 years since it started. Yeah, the Henson thing started in 1955 with Sam and Friends, Jim Henson's very first show. And down here are Godzilla and Mothra. Ooh. And there's Chilly Willy and Gumby. And last in the 50s group, or first, or, yeah, because it's earliest up here, newest or recent down here, the Peanuts Gang. And these are 5 of Snoopy's brothers and 1 of Snoopy's sisters. You can see their names on their shirts. And here's the rest of the Peanuts Gang. Oh look, they're playing music. Who can dance like a Peanuts character? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, be careful with that kite, Charlie Brown. We don't want that stupid kite-eating tree to get it again. You know, I think Peanuts is celebrating their anniversary too, since it started in 1950. Let's see, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 10, and then 20, 25, so 75 years of the Peanuts? Because it started out as a comic strip? Yay. I'm guessing we'll have a lot of anniversaries and birthdays coming up this year. So that's all of the 50s group. Let us move on to 1940s characters. Yeah, these four characters made their debut in the 1940s. We got Droopy Dog, Woody Woodpecker, and Tom and Jerry. No, Tom and Jerry. I knew that the whole time. And that's pretty much it in the 1940s group. Short group, isn't it? I'm sure it'll get bigger eventually. But now let's move on to the 1930s characters. Yeah, these characters either made their debut or their franchises got started in the 1930s. Let us start with, or end with, or whichever, with The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, even though the Wizard of Oz books originally debuted a lot earlier than the 30s, I'm putting them in the 30s group because the Wizard of Oz movie came out in 39. Yep, look at them all. Defying gravity. I had to put that in there somehow. And next, we have Curious George, who made his start in the 30s too. And here's Cousin It. He's from the Addams Family. Da-da-da-da. And the Addams Family got their start in the 30s as well. And right now, Cousin It is the only Addams Family character that I have. And next, we have the Hobbit / The Lord of the Rings toys. Yeah, I have 4 of them right now. That's 4 more than I thought I would ever get. Yeah, even though they're famous for having the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies, they originally started off as a book series, starting with The Hobbit in 1930 something. I have to look it up later. Next we have these Lego characters. And from Lego Ninjago and the Lego Movie. Now they're in the 30s group because Lego got started in the 30s. Even though the characters themselves didn't debut in the 30s, Lego, where they came from, got their start in the 30s. I hope I made that more clear. And next, the DC characters. You know, DC, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Shazam, and all of those other heroes and villains. Yeah, they're in the order of when they debut. Like, Superman debuts first, and then Batman characters, and so on and so on. And the most recent character right now is Static. That was from Static Shock. And next to Static, we have these characters from the Suicide Squad. And next to Ms. Waller is Martian Manhunter and Black Canary and Wonder Woman characters. And that's the Green Arrow. And here are the Aquaman characters, if you can see them. I know they're kind of a bit in the dark. And here's Adam over there. Oh wait, where's my finger? Oh, Adam here. And Adam Smasher is here. And these are Green Lantern characters right here. And we have Dr. Fate. And we have characters from Shazam. Oh, there he is. Shazam! And next to Shazam is Hawkman. And next to him are characters from The Flash. And back to over here are two characters from the Blue Beetle. And this is Cyclone. Well, she is the version from the... what's that, oh, the Black Adam movie. I just watched it for a minute. Actually, I lose it every day. And there's Katana. And these are Teen Titans characters. Yeah. This is Nightwing. This is Dick Grayson, who was the original Robin. And eventually he grew up and became Nightwing when he went off on his own. And next to Nightwing, we have characters from Batman. Look at all of these villains that Batman fights. Oh, and before Joker are the Batman heroes. Yeah, the one in the blue is Commissioner Gordon, when he's a superhero. I actually looked it up. And finally, in the DC group, we have characters from Superman. Now watch me, you! Now watch me, you! So what do you guys think of the upcoming Superman movie that's going to come up? I'll give it a chance. And before DC, here's King Kong. Hey look, this King Kong has a little crown to let you know that he's king. And here's Babar the elephant. And over to the left of Babar are characters from Dr. Seuss. Like the Lorax, Fox and Socks, Sneetches, Sam I Am, the one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Wait, but that's only one green fish, not two. And characters from The Grinch. Oh, and there's Bricklebomb from that Grinch movie Illumination made. And the Cat in the Hat characters. And reminder, in the book, Sally's brother doesn't have a name, but his name is Conrad in the Cat in the Hat movie. You know, the one with Mike Myers that a lot of people remember in their own ways. And there's Yertle the turtle and Horton the elephant. Oh, it looks like he got the hooves to somewhere safe. And next we have toys of Universal Monsters. It's fitting that Dracula is in the shade. Yeah, the Universal Monsters movies got started in the 30s. And next to them, we have Betty Boop. Boop boop be doop boop. And finally, in the 30s group, we have Looney Tunes characters. Now, let me get you a closer look at them. Yeah, those three are from the Space Jam movie. You know, two of the Monstars and one Nerdluck. You know, Lola Bunny and Michigan J. Frog and Taz, Speedy, Meep, and up there, K9, Marvin, Malcolm McCoy, Gossamer, Pepper Lip Butte, Yosemite Sam, Sylvester Tweety Bugs, Elmer Fudd, Daffy Duck, Petunia, and Porky. Wow, I did not expect to name all of them just now. So yeah, these are all of the characters who made their start in the 30s. Oh, and today is January 9th. Hopefully I'll be finished filming these certain bags of toys today. So now that I've filmed all the characters who made their debut in the 1930s, let's move on to the 1920s characters. Yeah, we have Popeye characters, and Popeye the Sailor Man made his start in the 1920s, along with Nose for a Rod 2. And that's pretty much all of the 1920s characters. So, let's move on to the 1910s characters. Yeah, these two made their debut in the 1910s. Here we have is Felix the Cat, who is a character of Universal. Oh, and speaking of Universal, this is Jetty the Toon Plane. Yeah, if you've seen the Zeke Women for Time movies, you may see her spinning around the Universal Animation logo. And since she's a mascot of Universal, and Universal started in 1912, that's why Jetty is in the 1910s bag. So, yeah. It kind of fits having a Universal mascot in the bag because this bag has a whole lot of Universal characters in it. And now, we're moving on from the 1910s to the 1900s characters. Yeah, these 4 characters are from Peter Rabbit. And Peter Rabbit got his start in the 1900s. And now, let's move on to the final group of toys in this certain toy bag, or toy bags, which are characters from the 1840s. Yeah, these 5 are from A Christmas Carol, a famous story that came from the 1840s. I don't know specifically what year, but I know it's from the 1840s. Yeah, it's weird that I'm showing Christmas characters in January. I must be already getting ready for Christmas. I guess it's never too early at this point, isn't it? I mean, we have snow here right now, so this kind of fits. And there you have it. Those are all of the movies and TV shows and books characters. And let's see, what time is it? It is 5:26 on January 9th. So it took me about 3 days to film this certain toy bag, or toy bags. And sorry it took me so long. It took me a really long time to set them up. And I have them arranged in a certain way. I want to show my toys in the order in the order I have them in my notes. See? Alright. And now that I'm finished with the movies, TVs, and books characters, I'm going to take a small break before I get to the next set of toys. But I will see you in the next video, everyone. Toodles.